Governor George Allen here tonight. Governor, I think everybody in here would agree with me that your best days and your best contributions are in the future. If I could just say one thing about the death tax, with all due respect to the governor, if anyone's going to die in 2010, could you do it after the 2nd of November? Well, that's election day. Thank you everyone for coming out and joining us tonight as we kick off our campaign for a better way in the 8th District of Virginia and a better way in the What we mean by that is positive change. And we're talking about positive change like Councilman Frank Fannin is bringing to Alexandria. Councilwoman and what we know that Mark Kelly will bring to Arlington once he's elected in November. Mark Kelly. Now, we've already mentioned all the party leaders that are here tonight, and I thank you all for coming and joining with us because we are all marching on the same sheet of music. And we mentioned Carol, but I'm going to bring her up again. Carol DeLong, where are you? And Carol and all of her women marching for Murray, where are you at? Raise your hands. Thank you all so much. This was a lot of work, a lot of effort, and you all put that in, and I appreciate that very much. There's someone else I want to thank, and that's Matthew Berry. Matthew Berry was my opponent in the primary, and he had a spirited campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a 300% increase in voter turnout in 2010 as opposed to 2008. We had a great campaign, but part of that is due to Matthew's campaign and his message too. And so I just want to congratulate him, and as we all move forward for our contest in the fall. But it's also proof that there are a growing number of people here in the 8th District and across the United States of America who believe that it's time for a better way. Now, not unlike all Americans across this nation, what are they fed up with Washington? They're fed up with excuses, they're fed up with the blame game, and they're fed up with failure. You know, just this last week there was a Wall Street Journal NBC poll, and that poll said that only 29% of Americans felt that we were on the right path. Now, I thought, 29%, who are these people that think we're on the right path? It turns out that most of them live in Miami and South Beach, and this came right on the heels of the LeBron James announcement. And so they're all very happy about that. But Miami notwithstanding, the rest of the country realizes that it's time that we do something a little bit different, and it's time we understand that Washington is broken. And, you know, speaking of LeBron, sports, and politics, if you haven't read the governor's new book, I would encourage you to do so. There's a lot of great insight and wisdom in that book about what Washington can learn from the meritocracy that is sports. Now, I also happen to believe that Washington can learn a lot from the military, and that's my background. You're a part of something that's bigger than yourself. You put the needs of your fellow soldiers, your unit, your mission, your country ahead of you. And that is something that I think is also missing in Washington, D.C. nowadays. Instead Instead of partisanship, name-calling, finger-pointing, and just figuring out how to get re-elected, which just leads us to more failure, what we need are new serious leaders who can work together and who can find a better way. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why I'm in this race. Now, I've lived in a lot of places in the course of my military career where they do not enjoy the blessings of liberty that we have here in the United States of America. And those experiences, while difficult, have made me appreciate how precious our country is and our system here in the United States of America is. My favorite Ronald Reagan quote is that freedom is only one generation away from extinction. And ladies and gentlemen, it's up to us to make sure that that does not happen on our watch. So, the other thing about the military, the military is also about leadership, and that's something that I've learned a little bit about in my 24 years of service in the Army. And you know, when you're staring your adversary in the face, that's the time that you have to make some difficult decisions. It's the time that you might have to make some life-altering decisions. It's not the time to kick the can down the road for the next unit that comes in, or the next generation that comes in. By the way, you all heard we were out campaigning and resting the other day. We got hungry. We stopped into a McDonald's. There's a new menu item on McDonald's. It's called the Obama Value Meal. You all heard about that? The way the Obama Value Meal works is you can order as much as you want of anything that you want on the menu, and the guy behind you's got to pay for it. Now, Jim Moran and his friends in Congress, well, they've been kicking the can and our debt down the road for about the 20 years that he's been in Congress. So what they're doing is not only unsustainable, ladies and gentlemen, it's dangerous. Do you know just the interest on our debt is soon going to exceed our defense budget? Now that concerns me. It should concern all of us, whether you've spent time in the military or not. And if you've seen the writing on the wall just a couple of months ago, by seeing all the films and everything that happened in Greece, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot let that happen here in Washington, in the United States. So what to do? You know, I don't profess to have all of the answers, but let me give you a place where we might ask Washington to start, and that is to stop spending money that you don't have. You know, you can call me old-fashioned, but that's how I was raised. I was raised by a single mother. Mom taught me the value of honesty, hard work, and living within your means. And guess what? I think that's good lessons when you learn around the dinner table. Washington, D.C. and Congress and this administration would do well to live and govern by those same principles.